you have some, I don't call them fans, you have some followers that have gotten to know me on a personal level. I come into town, I've been in their house, I met their parents, I met their kids, and they met my kids, and they see that, you know, I'm a different dude than the stage, even though the stage is me.
Willie D Live.
What made you reverse your name, the first and last name?
Man, people couldn't say Siddiq for some reason, and I don't know why. And then now I find out people can't say Ali.
Uh,
Ali, man, how you spell that? What?
I like Ali Siddiq. And the reason why I say I like Ali Siddiq because there's not a lot of Siddiqs out there. Last name Siddiqs, right?
Mhm.
That at least in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of Siddiqs, but there are many Alis.
Mhm.
So I think the Ali Siddiq it's unique, at least in our territory, and it stands out like you can't confuse it with nothing else. You can't confuse it.
Besides Raphael, and our name is spelled totally different.
Right,
My name is Siddiq. His name is Saadiq.
right.
It's actually pronounced different.
Hmm.
But most people don't know Arabic, so I don't charge it to them.
Man, let's get into this special you got out right now. Rugged, man. Let me tell you something, bro. This is not just, I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to say it just for the slowpokes. This is not because you're a guest on the show. Your storytelling abilities are second to none. The only person that I can even remotely think of who is just as good, may not even be as good, but he got to get he got to get the mention just because of his catalog. Bill Cosby. Like, what's interesting about your storytelling is you can do this shit with your eyes closed. You can do it in your sleep. And I'm sitting here, I know comedy, bro. I study comedy. I got a lot of comedic friends. And it takes time to put these damn shows together. I mean talking about great shows. It takes time. There's only a handful of guys who can go back to back with good, really good comedy specials. You're one of them. That fucking comedy special, you laid that shit out like that was your first, like that was the main, this is the one that's gonna put me on the map. But you got others that you've already done. That's right there in the same vein, and it has the same amount of intensity. The shit is good. No hiccups. It's like, how do you do that shit and remember that shit? Because I can tell a story, but you're going to get 2 stories max, and then I'm going to forget what the fuck I was supposed to say. I'm going to have to look at some notes or something but you remember all of this stuff so vividly. How do you do it?
I just go on what's happening with me. I remember what happened to me. I'm not in the vein of telling topics, like current topics. I don't do current things. I just, the stories that relate to me that I know that relate to other people, I just do those stories. Like, especially if you're a man and you got a house, this is stuff that you go through and you like, damn, but you may not say it to other people. So a comic called me and said, hey man, you putting a lot of pressure on us. I said, no, I'm not. I say, I'm doing my thing and you're doing what you're doing. and I say, let me give you some help with your issue. Mass majority of comics won't ever do a special. Then the ones who do a special, it won't be memorable. Good comics to do one special that's you may remember something from it. Great comics to do two. Iconic comics will have a body of memorable work. And I say I'm even different than that. I'm the first one to ever do a series of specials that was connected. I brought people from me being 10 to 25.
Domino Effect.
Domino Effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, I dropped an hour, just a regular hour of called Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. Then I went back and I shot My Two Sons, and then I shot Rugged. I say that is 7 that people, and not even including the PTA. So when people look at the body at work, I never thought I would be better than Cosby until after Domino Effect 4. Domino Effect 4, 2 hours, no breaks in it. And that's when I said, wow, that's crazy that the person who I looked at as the top tier, in my mind, when people ask who the greatest storyteller, I would say Cosby, Carlin, then me, then Joey Diaz. Now it's just me separated from them. I'm and why would he say that? I'm like, Cosby gave you one thing. I give you the Magic Johnson effect. I give you 5 different things, different genres, and I've taken people places in my stories that they had never got to. Like I tell people I was offended when people was talking about, well, I never seen a special or somebody made me cry before Jamie Foxx. I'm like, so you never saw Domino Effect 2?
Hmm.
And then I put it in perspective for somebody. I never ran Domino Effect 2. I never went out and toured it. I never ran it. I went out and I did it that day. That was the first time the director saw it. That was the first time the lighting person saw it. That was the first time my manager saw it when I did it.
So you never tried it out in any comedy clubs? Or
Not
anything?
one sentence of it.
Now that's different. That's really different because typically a comic, before he go out and do a big show or a special, he tries it out for sometimes a year or 2.
Yeah. And the ability for me to tell a story is based upon something that DL told me. And these pivotal moments in my career that I can say that were big things to me. DL told me one day, we just chopping up doing the show. After the show, he said, man, Ali, the best you're gonna ever be is based upon how honest you want to be. So I just go on stage and I just be honest. And I'm not looking for any validation from the audience. That's the craziest things. Who I'm looking for when I'm doing a special, when I'm doing a show, I'm not even really playing for the audience. I'm playing for the wait staff.
Expound.
It's only a couple people that's working in the venue. I'm working, and the wait staff is working. If somebody is taking orders at a table,
Okay, I hear where you're going.
you got 30, 40, 50 orders, and I say something that make you laugh while you working, that shit is funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's captivating because they, between taking somebody's order, they like, man, damn, that was funny. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching their reaction. So the wait staff has always been huge to me. Just like now when I'm in these bigger venues, security, I wait to break the security. They be sitting there being stern, and then I say something, and they have no choice, but they just, man, I gotta laugh at this. I know I'm supposed to be securing the building right now, but that's funny as hell. And that's, I'm playing this game different than other people. Like, I'm really playing it different. And then it's you and some other of my friends that's hard pressed. And when they call and say, boy, let me tell you something. And I'm like, there it is. That's the validation. It's not, you a harder critic, especially when people who know you. You know, my boy James Brasco, he'll call and say, bruh, man, let me tell you something, bruh. I'm watching this like I don't know you, and I know this story. You told me when this happened to you. Now I'm seeing you put it together, the whole story. And it's harder for me now, even though I hate this challenge, but I've taken it on. I don't like the fact that people, like Rugged wasn't all the way together because I had to do it in pieces because I didn't want people to record my set. So I'll stop a story right in the middle and go to something else, or I give you a piece of the story. So I'm only putting it together when you see it, when the special is being shot. And my manager would be like, yo, how many stories you doing? And I give him the list right before I'm getting ready to go out. He's like, what? When did you do? And I'm like, until we find a way to stop people from recording, this is how I'm going to have to do it. So I don't want you to see it on somebody's social media, on somebody's Facebook, on somebody's phone before I do it. So I'd rather just hold certain stories, and then people don't know where I'm going with these stories because they haven't heard the whole thing. But I know them because it happened to me. So I'm only going on the truth that I know. So it's a more difficult thing.
DL hit the nail on the head when he told you that, you know, how successful you're going to be is going to be determined, you know, by how honest you're going to be, you know. But I also add another word in there, vulnerable. You allow yourself to be vulnerable, and that is refreshing. When I started allowing myself to be vulnerable, writing songs, I got better. You know, it's something about that honesty, man, and people are going through it. People like to know that, okay, he's strong, but at the same time, he's human. And that human part of you, is more relatable than anything.
LL.
When you started talking about going up on that damn ladder and changing that filter, and you had one of them tricky type of damn filters. You good with the old filter where you open it up and you just drop it. That's key. That's easy. But you got a new type of damn filter, and you can't take it out. I can relate to that because, you know, I change the filter in my house from time to time. I hate changing filters because you got to get a damn ladder, and the ceilings are high. I got 30-foot ceilings.
Yeah.
I got 30-foot ceilings, right? And you'd be like, man, I don't want to do all of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want to do all of this. But sometimes when you think how simple it is to change it, you don't want to pay somebody a few $100s just to change the goddamn filter.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's still dangerous. It's easy to change, but it's dangerous because you got to get up on that damn ladder. And if I remember you was talking about going up on the ladder, you was on the ladder when you was in the attic or something, and I can't remember exactly what you were saying right there, but you was talking about that addict, and you ready to fight at all time, but you can't just squabble when you're on a ladder. Safety first, because if you mess around and take the wrong step on a ladder, you out of here.
You out there. It's a
That handyman. The trip part about it is that a lot of people have spoken about being a handyman from time to time and said something once, said a little, just a little thing in a whole special or in a, during a show or whatever. But you put that thing together and made an entire damn special off of talking about being a handyman and it's not boring at all. It's funny all the way through because it's relatable all the way through. You put to be able to say, bro, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with the way that you attack that. I mean, from changing the filters to, like going out there cutting your own grass and it being too hot. you paying your lawn man $150 to do it for you. Like, you try to do it yourself, but you didn't realize that Carlos wears his damn sombrero for a reason. He has his sombrero on, and he has long pants on for a reason, because he got to fight this sun.
That outfit is mandatory. It's like you out there thinking that it's easy. It's one of them things, Willie, man, that everybody thinks something easy. Because, I grew up cutting grass, but it wasn't my job. So my uncle let me push a lawnmower here and there, but I wasn't out there for real, so he would always take over. But when you have to do it and you done got mad about something like, hey, man, I don't really know how to do what I'm thinking that I know how to do. And sometimes being a man is admitting that you don't know something and getting the help.